Welcome back, and we've got some great music going on. We're enjoying East by Southeast. It's the music showcase going on here at the Public Access Community Television. And I'm David Whitman with the latest performer who's just been on, Kevin Gant. Kevin, how you doing?
I'm doing real good.
Great performance.
Yeah,
great stuff. Really good. You're a veteran performer around this town, huh?
You It's kind of fun to kind of look at that from that perspective now. Yeah, I think I got in town around 90, 89 or 90.
Wow. What have you been doing, or how did you get involved in music and everything? Because I think you started a little bit, not till you moved here, right?
Well, pretty much. I mean, I was in the military, and I was in Aviano, Italy from 85 to 88, and I'll condense the story, but
sure.
Decided that although I had no background or no experience, that I wanted to be, kind of like a Cat Stevens, Richie Havens, Jim Croce. Those things used to attract me, those songs, those types of performances when I was young. And somehow I got on that bug hit me. And I didn't know that, I didn't come to Austin for that. I went bust 6 months after I got out of the military and just got a job here, applying. I was in San Antonio with my parents and got a job here. And when I got here, I found out all this time this was the live music capital of I had no idea because I hadn't been involved with music scenes. And so that's how I kind of stumbled into that. So I saw Tisha Nahosa at the Hole in the Wall.
Wow.
And she had some development deal or had just signed with Warner Brothers. And she was playing the solo set. And I was like, man, that's what I shall do. I shall get a record deal with Warner. And so I started doing open mics, back then, and that was the beginning of my actual,
Did you know how to play guitar at that time, or did you?
Well, it's like I almost want to say no, but I mean I did. I was always noodling around, and I had a couple of songs, and not any confidence really to perform them. But whatever I have some talent, as we all do, all of us artists here, and so I was able to rely on that whatever that poetry bent. Or whatever that I had, and evidently it turns out I had the ability to play. And so I was able to, once I started performing in front of people, I was getting the response that was like, okay, I'll keep doing this. And, and it turned out that it was not easily classified from a genre standpoint.
Kind of griot influence, a little bit. Gil Scott-Heron,
well, that name comes up. I have no idea. The name's come up so many times. Captain Beefheart's come up. I've never heard Captain Beefheart. But somebody says, dude, Captain Beefheart, trust me. I'm like, okay.
Pick up Trout Mask Replica.
Okay, really? Yeah. See, I don't know these things. It's, I get away with people assume, he must, I have no,
Wow, that's pretty interesting, because Gil Scott-Heron's the first thing that came to mind. My mind was Gil Scott-Heron.
And I know Gil Scott of,
Right, know of him.
But, for the fact that I would be able to get away with being put in that category right off the bat was kind of inspiring to me.
Interesting. Yeah. So do you come up with your lyrics or your music? Because you have an interesting way of playing, I noticed. You kind of, you finger pick, you don't use the flat pick at all, correct?
And I can't, I don't. And it was just one of those things to where when I started noodling around with the guitar, that's what I had. I don't know how to from a fundamental standpoint, play flamenco, basic style. I'd have to start from scratch to be able to do that because I've created some bad habits. But they work if I'm doing what I do.
Right.
And so that's how it manifested itself. I mean, there's our musicians that'll tell me, man, how are you doing that? Oh, you're doing it the reverse. That's how you're getting that back, whatever that false harmonic on your knuckle. Oh.
And you're just doing it. You're not like.
And so, oh, wow, incredible. I'm doing these things. So, I've been able to kind of enjoy the uniqueness. He's an artist. He's unique. So this community's allowed that.
Where's your lyrics are interesting. There's a lot of topical, but also spiritual and kind of, really stream of consciousness type of lyrics. Do you find yourself writing them down? Do you start playing and then the lyrics come? Or what's the process for you?
I'm remembering, because I had been playing lately, or, one thing that I've noticed, I'm kind of bouncing around, but I haven't been playing in a long time and I've been wanting to. And the reality is that I kind of knew it before, but you can't do it in a cave, or I can't. You have to be out here. To me, it's the live
you need
performing.
The interaction
and
with,
then that,
with the audience.
Then that takes me back to where on the way home, a word like susceptible vessels. Where did that come from? I wasn't thinking about any kind of vessels or being susceptible to any. That's something there, and I'll write that down. Maybe 3 to 5 years later, it'll either be the title of a song or it'll be a lyric in a song. And I'm remembering that as we speak, because that's in one of the songs I performed, Susceptible Vessels. And I can't remember in my head now how it phrases in, but yeah, it turns. So that's where it is. It's fragmented. It's not like, okay, I'm going to write a song about this and let me see if I can get the verses together. It's more of, I'll get transcending all. Oh, what's that?
So kind of like a hook, and then you'll build around
yeah, something
that
is
and
kind
come
of,
back
and
to
it's
it.
a stream of consciousness. Generally speaking, I'm not assuming to tap into some great well,
Right.
but whatever it is that we all kind of do, serendipitously. There's something in there that I'm living off of when it comes to the creative part of it, and I'm unable to put it in a format.
Right.
I'd have to really work to try to.
You were saying earlier you haven't played out a lot in recent years. You planning on changing that? Are you going to be doing some more shows?
I'd really
Gonna
like to,
record?
especially what 30 minutes ago doing a set. That's
Yeah.
where it's at. And when I do that, I remember, man, I had some great times those, however 5-6 years. When I was really, for example, there was a club here called the Chicago House, a beautiful venue that could be an hour-long interview, and you could bring in 100 people to talk about generations of artists that performed at that venue. It was run by Peg Miller and Glenda Cox. And trust me, I'm scratching the surface. If you were to investigate this, you'd probably be able to produce a program about the history of Chicago House.
How long was it around?
86 or 87, if I'm remembering right. Jimmy LaFave was the impetus for them building a venue around him because he didn't have a place to host his open mic anymore. Something along those lines is the story, to where they were like, well, damn it, this doesn't make any sense. Jimmy, host our open mic and we'll do a club. And Jimmy, LaFave, Betty Elders, Joe Carroll Pierce, David Rodriguez. You can get down on it. History-wise, the people that, Salem Street Spankers before they were, when we were talking about Guy Forsyth, Patricia Pike.
So it really built a
the
lot
Rocket
of...
Baby, it just goes on and on. So your question wasn't that. I can't remember there was something that the Chicago House was something that was laying the foundation for.
Right, I was just, getting an idea of where you used to play it around town.
Okay.
And how often, why you stopped playing as much, and why you'd like to go back out and start playing more.
Okay. This is reminding me of all of that. And man, there were so many people. It's almost like I want to change the interview into that, because that's where my experience is from. That's where I was able to take this and able to perform there.
Well, have you played around like at Rudamai or Cafe Mundi, or because those are good places?
I've also done that. It was Chicago House first, and then as I started getting out more, I played Rudamai and Mundi. I'm trying to get. Okay, I remember where Mundi is now, East 6th Street, right?
Yeah, around East 5th and the railroad tracks. Yeah,
I played there.
If people, hear and see what you did today, and they want to pick up some of your music, where are you on the internet?
Yeah,
I think you said about CD Baby.
I'm on CD Baby, and it's cdbaby.com/Kevin Gant, and I've got 1 album's worth of material there that you can sample and purchase if you want, and I also. They have links established where you can go to other sites now and actually get digital copies of the music as well. So.
That's great. So are you on iTunes and things like that?
Actually, I'm on Apple iTunes and several other ones. And if you go to CD Baby, I'll have information there if you prefer.
What's your web address?
cdbaby.com /Kevin Gant.
Okay, that's good.
So CD Baby has been a resource that's been around a while, and it's expanding, into the digital arena as well.
Great.
So,
well, thanks for taking time and talking to us, Kevin.
Man,
really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Great performance,
and
definitely look forward to see you playing around town again.
Okay, thanks
when you get a chance, definitely check him out when you get a chance, everyone. And thanks for checking this out. And we are going to go back into. I'm out of here for right now. I'm David Whitman. Enjoy more of the music showcase going on right here on Public Access Television.